episode 37 of the Have Aloha Will Travel podcast. 37 is like a pretty decent number, I feel like, that we're getting up to.
A lot.
We're getting close to 50. That'll be a fun day. The 50th annual episode of the Have Aloha Will Travel podcast, your number one source for information about Hawaii, hosted by two Hawaii residents and locals. I'm Kevin Allen.
Is this a new intro?
Yeah, I came up with it on the spot, man. We're recording early,
Wow.
you know?
I'm Catherine Toth Fox. We are with HAWAIʻI Magazine. HAWAIʻI Magazine!
We got our issues right there.
Yeah, actually our new issue is going to be coming out, what month are we in? August. So August 15th, I guess our new one is going to drop, right? Our September, October?
September, October, yeah. August 15th.
Subscribers should get it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
I believe that's true. We got a lot of cool information in there. Wow, we haven't done a podcast on that one yet. Maybe next episode we'll do a podcast on our 15th episode.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, our new edition. 15th episode. I don't even know where that's coming from.
Whatever.
It's so early. It's like 8:10 in the morning. I woke up at 7. Ugh. But this week's episode, we kind of wanted to talk about our 2021 HAWAIʻI Magazine's Reader's Choice Awards. It's our best of the best ballots. Kat, what are those?
Our Reader's Choice Awards was launched, not quite 10 years ago. Maybe this is the 9th year,
It is the 9th year.
Is that right?
Yep.
The 9th year. And basically we ask readers, or anybody really, to let us know who your favorites are. So this could be in categories ranging from hotels to hikes to luau to golf courses. It kind of runs the gamut. And we get, it's actually fun for us to read because we're from here, and we do get a fair number of locals or kama'aina that do participate in this, but it's always kind of fun to see if your favorites pop up on the list, which is kind of why we decided to do this podcast. So voting is live right now. You can go on hawaiimagazine.com, click on one of our Reader's Choice ads. There's a story that Kevin wrote that's up today.
Yep.
That gives you sort of the background on it. You can also, by voting and filling out a form at the end, be entered to win a trip to Oahu, which is great, with Alaska Airlines, and staying at the Alohilani Resort in Waikiki, which, by the way, have you ever been to that resort?
I love the Alohilani.
Yeah, me too.
I
like
stayed
the
there.
deck.
The deck is very nice. And I like Alohilani because the rooms are pretty spacious too. Even though it's kind of like, it's not a super expensive hotel. It's like in that kind of mid-range price. But their rooms are really big and their lobby is insane.
Yeah. Their pool area, that deck area is really beautiful. We've had events there for our sister publication. It's always very well attended because they just have this, it's just like, it's very modern and hip and relaxing.
Yeah.
And it's got a great location too. I feel like it's right in the center of Waikiki.
Yeah, and it's got that huge aquarium right in the lobby.
Right.
Which you can spend hours there.
So you can get a 4-night stay.
That's great.
And we can't qualify. Sucks. Anyway, so we do this every year, and it's I think people love it because it becomes sort of a travel planner for a lot of people who are planning trips to Hawaii, because it's like really the best of the best, Yeah. So go and vote.
I was just gonna say, for the voting as well, we have 7 different ballots for all islands, and then Maui, Molokai, Lanai, Oahu, Kauai, and Hawaii Island. And completing each of those ballots will get you 1 entry to win. So if you complete all of the ballots, you'll have 7 entries to win.
Right.
So I think that provides really good incentive to do as much as you can. But obviously, you kind of want to stick to what you know, because, Kat, you're right, this kind of does become like a resource. Like if you look in our Reader's Choice Awards issue, we have like over 1,500 winners, which is, some would say too many. Maybe I've said it's too many. It's too many, but it's a great resource for people coming to the islands. And I think it's just a great opportunity to kind of give back,
and personally, I think these things are fun. I don't know. I do surveys all the time, so I just think it's fun. But in this case, especially if you're from here or you vacation here regularly, it's, I don't know, if you feel like you're reminiscing about your favorite hikes or your favorite surf spots or your favorite botanical gardens or whatever. And I do think, so what we've done this year that's a little bit different is we've included the winners from the previous year on the list. So you're not just filling out an empty, a blank spot.
Yeah.
You're actually, you can look through the list of previous winners. Because I know sometimes like you travel somewhere and you remember you love that restaurant, but you can't really remember the name of it. Like you kind of know it starts with an H, but you kind of forget.
This is literally me all the time, though.
It's you all the time.
I always
look
at my girlfriend and be like, "What was that pizza place we like?" We've gone there
at
like maybe 28
what
times.
Is your name again?
Yeah. I'm like, whose cat is it? Oh, it's my cat. That's his cat. That is.
Stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we made it a little bit easier, but you still have the option if you don't see your favorite in the list to write it in.
Yeah.
And writers have made the list before. I don't feel like because these are already on the drop-down menu that your pick may not make the list, because you'd be surprised how many write-ins actually make the list. So
absolutely, yeah. Once you kind of get into like more specific categories, write-ins are definitely really helpful.
Yeah.
Also because it's not like we know like every single business. Like we don't know every adventure tour company on Oahu, so that's kind of really where we do. It is our Readers' Choice Awards, and that's kind of another funny point about it is that like vote what you want to win, because I feel like it's fun to really fight for your favorite, I guess, in a weird sense. Because I feel like sometimes we'll post up these lists and people will be like, well, why didn't this win? And it's because it didn't get enough votes. You got to go in, you got to vote, If you want something to win, you got to take the initiative. If you really care about a company and you want them to be in our magazine, you got to take the initiative to vote, because we can't put things to the top or anything. It's all up to the readers. Yeah, so that... Our voting ends.
Which brings us to this.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, voting ends on August 34th. It is early in the morning. August 31st at 11:59 p.m. 2020. And this is for our 2021 Reader's Choice Awards. Sorry, what were you going to say, Kat?
Well, I was trying to segue.
Oh, my bad.
But you
go ahead. Segue away.
I was going to segue by saying about we don't pick who is on this list. Like we don't move things around or whatever, which is why we decided to do this podcast, because we don't ever get to say what our favorite things are.
I know.
Or what should be on the list that's not on the list or whatever.
Sometimes we do. Editor's choice. Look for our editor's choices. But also those are like communal group things. But this is us. We're gonna do our own. Here it is, Kat and Kevin's first annual Kat and Kevin's Choice Awards. Like the 4 categories we got. Yeah, do you have a list to start it off with? I got a couple.
Go for it.
All right.
Are these real categories? Or are you making them up?
This is kind of made up. These are taken off of real categories though. Funny story though. The beginning Reader's Choice Awards, all of those categories were super made up and weird.
Yes.
If you look back in old issues of HAWAIʻI Magazine, gosh, those categories were really funny sometimes. Like we had like best nude beach and there was also like 8 categories. Like the feature was tiny. This is kind of our return to form. This is the best beach that I like to go to get shacked at in the shore break. Body womping, just surfing. Now these are just some of the beaches that I really enjoy. Like I don't know, I'm a child, so I enjoy playing in the shore break. And I've known through experience that these beaches have like pretty fun shore break to play in. They're also just nice beaches. This is all islands. Number 1, easily Waimea Bay. In the wintertime, it's the best place to go to break your collarbone.
Best beach to break your collarbone.
Best beach to break your collarbone. You know what? Number 2, Sandy Beach. That's a classic for hurting yourself. Yeah. Also, I just want to say to all these listeners, if you're not comfortable in the ocean, do not go into any dangerous shore break, because you actually will hurt yourself. Sandy Beach is a really nice beach, though. I feel like Sandy Beach doesn't get enough credit for just being like a great place to like hang out, all day in the parking lot. It's got a certain kind of parking lot. Hapuna Beach on the Big Island actually has some pretty fun shore break. I went there for a press trip one time, and we had like one free hour to do whatever we want, and I went out to Hapuna Beach and like tried to body surf like 1 foot little shore break. But it was a ton of fun. Also, Hapuna Beach is beautiful. Have you gone?
Yes, but this is a very niche category, you realize.
Yeah,
like,
but
this is really a Kevin category.
Honestly, these are just nice beaches. I would just call these my favorite beaches, but they tend to be my favorite because I enjoy playing in the ocean. But Hapuna Beach is like legitimately just a super nice beach. I was really surprised. It's like huge.
Yeah.
It's
a big
like
beach.
over a mile long or something.
Yeah, it made our list number 5 last year on Best Beach.
That's
All
true.
Islands.
Yeah, Hapuna Beach. And I feel like it's not a super crowded beach either. Maybe it's because it's just on the Big Island, or because, I don't know, not a lot of people go to it, but it's like, it's a beach on the Big Island with a ton of sand, which is like, certain parts of the Big Island, those beaches don't have any sand, so Hapuna Beach is like a nice thing to see.
Well, and it's a pretty far drive especially from Hilo.
Yeah.
That's like all day.
Yeah.
And then even from Kona, I mean, it's closer to Waimea, but
yeah, it's kind of like, it's a really nice beach though. Speaking of big beaches, Big Beach also makes a list for Kevin Allen's nice beaches that you can go to body surf at. Big Beach, Big Beach is one of the beaches where I've gone for work and then have come back for fun, which is pretty rare. But I really like Big Beach, and there's Little Beach right across that rock too if you want to see some naked people. Little Beach is actually super nice too though. It's like a real secluded little cove. I don't know, maybe I'm just drawn to big beaches because my last pick is Honolulu Bay, which is not a good beach to body surf at, but it's just a really nice, very long bay. And I think maybe I do like it because there's just so much room to get away from other people. Like, I feel like the crowd spreads out a lot better when you go to these bigger bays. Although Waimea Bay has been insane these past few weekends. I don't know if you've driven down to the North Shore, but literally from 8 a.m. there are tents, like 1 foot next to each other, tent, all the way down the beach. It's been really wild. But those are my top 5 beaches that you can.
I don't think we need to do like our top 5. I think we just need to do our like number 1. I mean, otherwise this is gonna take forever.
All right.
You have 5. You have 5 things for every category.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got started early, but we can just do number 1. Come on. All right, your turn.
No, I didn't know we were doing best beaches, and I don't have 5 beaches.
Show me what you got then.
I can tell you my favorite beaches, I guess. What are my favorite beaches? I think it just depends on what I'm doing at the beach. But I would say I really love Waikiki, and I know you hate Waikiki, but if you go like during COVID, you get to understand what it is about. Look, the Hawaiian royalty used to play in Waikiki, and that's where they had all their like summer homes and whatever. They used to surf in Waikiki. I mean, there's a reason for it. It's beautiful. It's the South Shore. It gets the best weather. The water's always clean and beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Waikiki's a great beach. And
I
feel like people also underestimate how big Waikiki Beach is. But that beach, like, is the entire length of Waikiki, which is not a small borough.
No. Yeah. It's, I mean, there's multiple beach names within Waikiki Beach, because even Waikiki Beach doesn't really exist as a beach. It's like Kohino Beach. And then there's Duke-Kahanamoku Beach, and then there's Sans Souci Beach, right, or which is Kaimana Beach, and yeah, I
feel like there's a lot of confusion there. Like, what is Waikiki Beach? Whenever we have to write that down, I'm like, I don't know what this is really referring to.
Yeah. Plus, if you're like me and you want shade, you want surf, you want like easy access to food, that's a really great place.
You're right across the street from like everything.
Where are you going to eat at Hapuna Beach? I mean, what if you forget, like, cooking food? Like, you're screwed.
You'd have to go to, like, one of the really expensive hotel restaurants that's, like, right up there.
Yeah. Anyway. That's the... I mean, I didn't go through 5. I just had
one. Okay. We can just do top winners. Just give me the categories.
You know what I wanted you to talk about was best skate park.
Oh, man. Well, I don't know. I've gone to one.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, well, all right. So here's a fun little fact. I started skateboarding a few months ago. Seriously. I've been skateboarding like for fun for the past few years, but I really started doing these morning skates. So I just skate every single morning. Not right now because I just got a new tattoo, but it's what I'm trying to get to. But man, if you've ever been to the Makiki skate park, it is literally... I learned that the nickname of the Makiki skate park... Makiki, by the way, is just like a neighborhood in central Oahu. It is called the Rat Cage because it's under a freeway, and it is literally It is literally just surrounded by chain link fence, and it's like really tiny, and there's always trash all around it, and like there's also always people's cars getting towed in the parking lot, and I have no idea why. But
That's
every morning
weird.
I park there, there's a few cars that already have tickets on them, and then like around 8ish, these like a couple of tow trucks will come in and tow them out every single morning. And I have no idea
Why?
what that's about. But if you do want to know some good skate parks on Oahu, I hear Manana skate park in Pearl City is really nice.
Manana, not manana. It's not.
I took a
It's
Spanish
not
class
Spanish.
one time. I thought there was an
No,
enye there. I know what it's called. An enye.
not tomorrow.
Huh?
It's
Yeah.
not the tomorrow skate.
Well, whenever I read it, that's what I think. Because that is what tomorrow is in Spanish. It's
No.
it's mañana.
Okay. Anyway,
What's your favorite skate park, Kat?
well, I don't skate, but I will say we go and watch skateboarders because my son is a little obsessed with skateboarders.
Oh, really?
He is. He's only 3, but we go to the HAWAIʻI skate park a lot.
I hear it's really nice.
Yeah, it's nice, and everyone's really friendly. And actually, there's a lot of like people my age skating. Like they did it in high school. Because when I was growing up, like you either skated or you surfed, basically.
Yeah.
You did other things, but skating was huge, like in the 90s. And all those guys are like back on boards, and they're all at the HAWAIʻI skate park.
I feel like COVID really started this resurgence of like people who skated a long time ago to pick up skating again because they have like nothing to do right now, or it's a good way to just social distance
Yeah.
and kind of do your own thing. But yeah, skating is super fun. It's also really scary, and I feel like I'm gonna kill myself constantly.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get your son a skateboard?
No.
What?
No, he's too young. He
No,
can get
never too
scooter.
young.
Well, I will say I'd rather he skate when he's young, when you're I don't know, you're more pliable or something.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna kill yourself.
I rolled my ankle and it still hurts. That was like 2 weeks ago. But man, when I was a kid and I rolled my ankle, like in tennis or something, I'd be better the next day.
I'm like, wait till you're 30, Kevin.
No.
Everything happens at 30.
Oh, I can wait. All right, I'll wait for that. Kat, I guess if we're just gonna go back and forth with best of categories, what's your best place to get malasadas? I feel like people would want to know that.
Yes.
What-
Well,
number
okay,
one?
So I do eat a lot of malasadas at Leonard's just because I surf, and then it's right up the street on Kapahulu.
Leonard's
I
is
surf
a
in
classic
Kapahulu.
though.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been open during COVID, and so it's real easy. You just pull up, and now you can walk into the bakery. Before you couldn't. You have to stand outside, and it's not crowded. I mean, there's no visitors, right? So it's not too crowded. But Agnes Malasada in Kailua was always my favorite. It was just too far. They would make everything to order, and so my family is Portuguese, and there is a style of malasada that I'm familiar with, and I call it carnival style malasada. Which makes no sense, or like church fair. It's the kind you would get at like the Puno Carnival or like at a church fair or something, where it's like handmade. It's made right in front of you, and I've always felt that they had that feel and taste to it. So yeah, I would drive out there, but it was very rare. Anyway, they closed down, and then they reopened recently. This guy reopened it. He's actually a flight attendant for Hawaiian Airlines. He reopened it as a food truck, and I've been driving out to Kailua to eat malasadas.
Have you really?
From him.
Wow, that was a very sneaky way to promote our next issue, where we write about Agnes Malasadas.
Well, that's right. We do write about him in our next issue.
In our Like a Local feature, right? Is it Like a Local?
No. In our
Cow feature. Yeah, and that'll be in our
Right about
September-October issue. So if you guys want to read more about that, can you explain to me what the difference is, though? Like, I mean, I know you're talking about how it's like made differently, but like, what does it taste like? Different, or is the texture different?
Well, if you are making a malasada by hand and you have that hole in the middle, so like it looks almost more like a donut. So
Okay.
everybody's batter is going to taste different, right? Like Pipeline Bake Shop in Kaimuki, which is just outside of Waikiki, their dough tastes different too. I like their dough. It's just a little bit different. Their consistency is different, a little chewier. But Agnes, because they have that hole in the middle, there's more crispy edges.
Okay.
And that's the part I like.
Crisp is good, you know?
Yeah.
And do they just do plain? They don't do any, like...
So they only do white sugar, but if you ask them to do cinnamon sugar, they will. But otherwise, they're not going to do anything else.
Is that a pro tip? Is that a...
Yeah, it's an insider. It's off the menu.
Is it? Oh, wow. An off the menu tip right there. Ask for brown sugar. I've never been a big filled malasada guy.
No, me too.
I'm much more of a just give me the sugar.
Yeah, but you don't even eat malasadas.
I eat them rarely. Very rarely. If people bring them, I don't know, there are no malasadas on the North Shore, that's why, growing up.
Are there none?
Not when I was growing up. I mean, there's that Penny's malasadas now.
That's really good, too,
which is really good. But that's in Laie, which is, like, still kind of far from where I grew up, you know?
Yeah.
Laie is,
I
like...
do like Penny's, yeah.
Yeah, Penny's is good. I went there for the first time, not too long ago. All right, do you want me to come up with another best of category? I got a couple.
Okay.
Best pizza I could go for right now.
That's you. You want it because why are you craving pizza all of a sudden?
Oh man, I don't know. You know why? It's because we had Jay Dolan's recently.
Isn't that good pizza? I love their pizza.
All right, anyone listening, if you're in downtown Honolulu, Chinatown area, man, you got to go to Jay Dolan's. Not JJ Dolan's. Jay Dolan's. They used to be JJ Dolan's. They lost to Jay. It's just Jay Dolan's now. But man, what's the one we always get with the white cheese on top? The
spinach and garlic pizza with the ricotta cheese on it.
Oh, it is
so good.
It is so good. You'll be blown away. Yeah, I really like them. They do the thin crust pizza, which I enjoy more than the thick crust because I don't get as full. And they're pretty cheap. They're like not super expensive, and they make really good food. And they do takeout and delivery. Is
that the pizza you're craving? Is that your pizza?
Actually, the pizza I'm craving is this place called Hoppa's Pizza. It's in Waikiki. Have you ever gone?
No.
It's like in a hotel, and I literally thought nothing of it, but one day I bought a mug that said Hoppa's Pizza at Goodwill, and I was like, wow, this pizza joint is here. I just thought it was like a funny name, because I'm Hoppa. Hoppa means half-half, or like, you know, dual
We're
ethnicity.
both Hoppa.
We're both Hoppa.
I think you're half Asian, actually, and half something else.
Is that it?
I think so. I mean, it literally means half, but I think it's been used as like half Asian, half white, or half Asian something else.
Yeah, there are different kinds of Hoppa. But yeah, I went to this pizza place, or I got takeout one time because I bought this mug and I thought I might as well try it. And it was legitimately super good pizza. Like, it was actually the thick crust, and it was, you know, pretty filling. And I think we got this like chicken and garlic pizza, and holy smokes, it was really good. And I'd never heard of them before, and they're just like this really small pizza joint on Kalakaua. So I'll link them in the show notes if you guys want to get your own Hoppa pizza. Yeah, they're really good. I recommend them.
That did not make our list last year, but Jay Dolan's did.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Jay Dolan's is a classic. That is like the town meeting pizza. Like if a business in town
100%
is having like some sort of meeting or a potluck or a luau, like there will always be Jay Dolan's.
Yeah.
Every single time.
In downtown?
In downtown.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. You know what? I should have brought it and I forgot.
Uh-oh.
So if I had a category, it would be like best locally made chips. No, it can't be because it's not locally made. Shucks.
Cat loves chips.
Best chips you can buy in a local store. That doesn't even make sense.
This is our category because it does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I would say if it's locally made, I do love Hawaiian Chip Company chips, right? They're sweet potato and taro chips. Awesome. Jimmy is an old friend. He used to make it in his dorm room when he was in college.
That's what I had heard.
Yeah, insider information. Anyway, and he uses all local sweet potato and taro. But my favorite chip, you know what my favorite chip is. I buy it at 7-Eleven.
It's the one you buy at 7-Eleven all the time.
Yes, the furikake chips. I had a bag downstairs, and I actually thought about bringing it, not to talk about it, but just to eat it, because I've been craving chips. Instead, I'm eating this right now, which is Trader Joe's chips. Anyway, not
Cat's
really.
always got chips, if you're curious. Yeah, no, you always buy those chips. Are they not locally made?
Them.
I guess not.
Huh?
Are they not locally made, those chips?
I think they're made in Japan.
Oh,
actually.
really? Oh.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I was gonna say. They're my favorite local chips, but then I thought, oh, I don't know. I think they're made in Japan, but I think they're made in Japan for 7-Eleven.
Oh.
7-Eleven is owned by a Japanese company,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
yeah.
go to 7-Eleven in Hawaii, it's like full of Japanese products, which is cool.
Yeah. Pro
That's
tip:
one of them.
if you're in Japan, if you're traveling in Japan and you need free Wi-Fi, go to 7-Eleven. They have free Wi-Fi at every single 7-Eleven, and there's one on every block.
That's true.
So you can get away without a SIM card if you like are
When
really
I
trying
walk
to save
to
money.
work, I walk past 1, 2, 3 7-Elevens on my way to work.
Do you have a favorite 7-Eleven? This is my new category. Kevin Allen's.
I know you do.
I do. It's the one right down the road from me. It's right next to. It's near UH. It's the one. Oh gosh,
On
it's
Dole Street?
yeah. It's the one on Dole Street. It's the one right down the road from Punahou School.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cemented as my favorite one last night because we go. Kyle and I, we go there like pretty often, and we often see the same employees and stuff. And one of them we were pretty friendly with, and he gave me my coffee for free.
Really?
Yeah, he full on gave me something for free. And I was like, what? This is literally the best. Also, Kyla bought these white cheddar popcorn chips, and she asked for chopsticks because she eats them with chopsticks, and he gave us like 20 chopsticks. And I was like, man, this guy, he's my number one right now. So that's my current favorite 7-Eleven. It used to be the one in Weed Circle on the North Shore, but do you have a favorite 7-Eleven? Is it the one by work?
Well, I mean, it's not my favorite just because it's really small. But
Yeah.
like you, I mean, you get to know the people who work there. In fact, one guy, Jake, used to work there, and he was like, I would go so often. I was following his weight loss journey because he was going to be a Victoria's Secret's model or angel, Victoria's Secret's angel for Halloween. So I'm following him on his weight loss journey. He's showing me pictures of his costume, whatever. And then he quit before Halloween.
No
so
way.
Anyway, I was very upset. I found him. He works at McDonald's.
Oh my
Another,
God,
like,
Kat.
a McDonald's.
You're gonna get a restraining order on you.
I know. No, I mean, I didn't seek him out. I went to McDonald's and I was ordering, like, my French fries. And then I saw him. He was, like, taking my money. And I was like, Jake, from 7-Eleven. And he looked different because obviously he's
Did he
wearing
look
a different-
terrified?
Anyway. Oh, he remembered me. And I was like, I got to see your picture. But he didn't have his phone with him. So,
Oh. Alright.
anyway.
All right. Well, I
Oh,
think.
my God. Wait, speaking of questions about you and people and free stuff,
Yeah.
I wanted to know what your favorite coffee shop is. Because that's something we don't publish.
My favorite coffee shop? Okay, I was going to bring this
Yeah.
up, but I didn't want you to make fun of me because I'm always talking about coffee shops and cafes.
Are you trying to show your tattoos so that we talk about your tattoo?
It really. This one is sore, man. I ruined a pillow
Not
cover
the
last
tattoo.
night. There's an imprint of this tattoo on my pillow cover because
Are you serious?
I dripped a little ink out. So I've got a sweet mirror image of this tattoo on my white satin pillow cover sheet. Pretty bummed about that. My favorite coffee shop, man, it used to be Honolulu Coffee Company, right across the street from us. This is a
Until
chain.
everyone quit.
Everyone quit. Everyone like, coffee shops, you go there because you like the baristas and you kind of get to know these people. And, at some point I would just talk story with them. But, yeah, everyone I knew quit during COVID times. So I'm like, shoot, now I went there and it was like all these new faces. And they had to ask me what my name was. And I was like, man, everyone knew my name before. So I don't know anymore. I'm at a loss, man. It's tough. Honolulu Coffee Company, though. It's a chain. There's one in Ala Moana Center. There's one in downtown. I think there's one in Waikiki. And if you want really good coffee, I mean, they have really good, local coffee. And they have good snacks, too. I like their pastry case. But, yeah, I just don't know anymore. Maybe it's the one in Wailuku.
Oh, a coffee addict?
Coffee Addict. That might be. That still might be my favorite, even though I've only gone there one time. Just for the experience. Coffee Addict in Wailuku is maybe the most eccentric coffee shop I've ever seen. If you're ever in the area, I highly recommend going, even if you don't drink coffee. Just talk to the owners. They're incredibly nice. And they have this really weird big downstairs area where I think they do events, but it kind of looks like a furniture store that went out of business, but they just never sold everything. So there's just random pieces of furniture around.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So, Honolulu Coffee Company, you mentioned their pastries. They actually make most of their stuff in-house. They have a big like bakery down, I think it's like Sand Island Access Road or something.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so they make all their own stuff, and they actually where the old Hard Rock Cafe is, which is just outside of Waikiki, that's a Honolulu coffee company, and they make pastries there too.
Oh.
So all their stuff is made locally, which is nice. And their baristas used to always win those barista competitions, like national ones.
The art ones?
Yeah. The latte art
latte
and all
art.
that. Or even one guy won a barista competition, like full on, and I think he went off and started his own coffee company. But yeah, they're super legit actually, even though they're a chain, but they're local.
They're a very legit local chain, and every location I've gone to, I think the service and the coffee has been like good, at every location. It was cool that you brought up that the latte art, because we did remember that one place in Waikiki where we got our logo latte arted. Oh, what was that place called?
Why did you tell me and I could have looked it up?
I apologize. You know what? I'll put it in the show notes. If you guys want to know what we're talking about, look at our show notes. They do custom latte art where you can like send them an image by hand, and you can send them an image ahead of time, and then their barista will actually like do it really well. Like she has that special like tool, like it's like a pen almost, but it's for the foam. It's really interesting to watch, and that's in Waikiki. Look in the show notes if you're interested in that.
Expensive though. I think it was like $30 or something.
It is very expensive, so you best be prepared to drop some cash for that. It wasn't cheap, but I thought it was kind of worth it. I don't know, one-time thing maybe.
Wait, before we stop talking about coffee, shout out to Lucy at Starbucks, because we love Lucy at Starbucks.
I saw her recently.
Yeah.
For like the first time in like 4 months.
She's like my favorite barista person.
She works in the Starbucks, to give a little context. She works in the Starbucks right next to our office, and her name is Lucy. I think she's from the Big Island, and she's like the nicest person you've ever met. She radiates positive energy like no one's business. Yeah. She's like actually the Aloha spirit, like right there in front
embodied. Of you. And she's been working at Starbucks since Starbucks came here like 20 years ago or
really?
Something like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, she'll always ask you how your day is. Even if there's a line, she'll always take time to talk to you. And then I feel a little awkward because it's like I'm holding up this line, but I also really want to talk to Lucy. So, sorry, everybody.
Lucy's awesome.
Is that your favorite cafe?
Well, I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah, I know you don't drink.
I do like a Li'i coffee in downtown, also in downtown.
I've never gone. I hear it's good.
They have unusual coffee and tea drinks, but I like their food.
Oh, really? Yeah. What do you recommend on the menu?
They have a prosciutto pear flatbread that's delicious. They also have a thick crust cinnamon toast that's super awesome and full of butter and also great.
That sounds good.
I think those are the only two things I buy, actually.
You like the Kogan Amons at
Oh, Quinn Amon. Oh, I do like Kona Purveyor, at the Beef Patisserie in International Marketplace. I do like them. Yeah. Oh,
if you're in Waikiki, they're really good. Yeah. People will like line up for that dessert.
Not right now.
Not right now.
I walked in the other day, no line. It was great.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's like front seat access right there. Okay.
But the only terrible thing is you can't sit and drink anywhere.
Oh my gosh. You're telling me, man. I hate it. Because that's like half the part of going to a cafe for me, is like sitting down, enjoying my coffee. It's funny, I've been about to end this podcast like 3 times, but then you keep getting me riled up about coffee shops. That's my favorite part about coffee shops, though. You sit down, you enjoy the atmosphere, you listen to whatever kind of like shitty music they got playing, like some weird jazz or whatever, and you just relax. But you can't do that right now, and it sucks. It sucks. And even when you can do it, like some coffee shops have opened up their seating to about 50%. But even then, I don't like doing it because it feels awkward, and we're like really spiking in cases right now, and there's a bunch of people with their masks off because how can you drink coffee with your mask on, So I don't even like sitting down right now if I'm allowed to. It just sucks. And then
problems.
It just sucks. Oh, yeah, we're spiking in cases right now, too, as you're listening to this.
We're just really ending this note on a podcast on a positive note.
I know. It sucks. Anyway, this has been the Have Aloha Will Travel podcast. You know what doesn't suck is voting for our Reader's Choice Awards.
Oh, my God.
I highly recommend that you do that and enter yourself to win a sweet free trip to Oahu, free airfare, free accommodation. For two. So you can bring, relative, friend, loved one, whoever, man. Have a good time. In Hawaii, on Oahu. Last year was Hawaii Island, Big Island. So we switch it up. But yeah, I actually do think it's a really good prize. The Alohilani is a really nice hotel. I was kind of bummed when I read the clause that AIO employees couldn't enter to win because I wouldn't have minded, entering myself.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got all the, but you know what? I'm going to enter myself in the editor's choice probably, so. But I'm not going to win anything. I never do anyways. Man, those random lottery things, I never win. We got to end this podcast before I go on another tangent.
You are so negative today.
Because the Reader's Choice Award is so positive. I don't know. It's early, that's why. And I've got like 8 meetings today. But it's all good. It's all fun. How can I end a podcast if it's not awkwardly and overly long? You know why? It's because Kyla's last day was yesterday.
Oh, I know.
Our intern. So that's why I can't end a podcast.
Yeah, you don't know how anymore.
I don't know how anymore. Yeah, our summer intern, her last day, everyone say thank you and mahalo, goodbye to Kyla. She was great. I really enjoyed her on the podcast.
Our podcast is doing this right now.
All right, I'm gonna end it before
Coffee shops, spiking cases, everything sucks. Kyla left.
I'm gonna end it before we hit rock bottom. How about that?
Okay.
So, if you want to vote for the Reader's Choice Awards, which again I highly recommend you do, we have a whole web page set up for it on our website. If you want to go to each individual ballot, so you can look at that in our show notes. The URL is too long, but that's the 2021 HAWAIʻI Magazine's Reader Choice Awards. So that'll be in the show notes. If you want to find all of our articles online, you can go to hawaiimagazine.com. All of our social medias are at HAWAIʻI Magazine, so that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can buy really great HAWAIʻI Magazine products at Shopify, our Shopify website. Kat, do we have those new products in yet? We've got some stuff we got some stuff we're working on.
We should have stuff up this week, yeah.
Okay, so my cat is freaking out.
Why?
She's just got the zoomies, but she's doing her laps around the apartment. So I highly recommend you check that out because we got some really cool, new, exciting products that I think everyone should be pretty excited about. Our October issue will be up later this month, August 15. So you can order that on our site, or if you're a subscriber, it should be in the mail soon. Let us know if you don't get it, and then we can try to get that sorted out. I think that's everything. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Kat, for listening to me ramble and tangent for like 15 minutes. But have aloha. Don't travel yet, but you can soon. Is that a good ending? That's probably not a good ending. Bye!
Bye!